nice. Relaxing. Anyway, let me kick us off because I knew Rachel was coming and had a marketing background. And I spotted something in the Harvard Business Review, and the title is, when was it? I can't see the date on this.
I couldn't see the date either.
No, it's 2015. In November 2015, I think it was.
Oh, yeah.
It's called The New Science of Customer Emotions now. I was interested because of the opening where it looks at tapping into customers' emotional ties with a brand can have huge payoffs. And I like some of the big payoffs. It says here, a major bank introduced a credit card for millennials, presuming... Who would that be?
Is that people born after 2000?
Yes.
Can't be, because they're only 15 at the oldest, so they wouldn't have credit cards.
Who's a millennial?
Anyway, maybe it's people born in the 90s. Who knows?
Yeah, after a major bank introduced a credit card for millennials that was designed to inspire emotional connection, use amongst that segment increased by 70% and account growth rose by 40%.
Wow, that's significant. That's not messing about.
That's big, which is why I was interested in the article. Have we got the magic bullet here? Because they then talk about within a year of launching products and messages to maximize emotional connection, a leading household cleaner turned the market share loss into double-digit growth. And then an apparel retailer reorientated its merchandising and customer experience towards its most emotionally connected customer segments, and sales growth accelerated more than threefold. So if you're in business, you sit up and you listen.
Yeah.
I would have thought. Did that surprise you, Rachel? Are you thinking, what?
I think,
how do they do that?
Yeah, the increase by 70%, I think, was pretty impressive. But I do quite a lot about like customer emotions in my course, and it's drilled into us that it is very important. But I think before that, it's understanding your customer. So I guess understanding what emotions to try and make them feel is part of that, I guess.
Yes, because we like a list on the show.
11 things.
Yeah, it's got, if the listeners go and have a look at this, it's got a list of high impact motivators, which are some of the key emotional motivators that drive. They've got 10 of them here. Yeah. And it says, if as a customer I am inspired by a desire to, 1, stand out from the crowd, the brand can leverage this by helping me as a customer project a unique social identity and be seen as special. I'm not...
Wow.
Well, years ago when I was in marketing and indeed when I was in sales, we were told to do that kind of thing. You find out from your customer, you listen. If you get a hint that they like to stand out from the crowd, then you focus your product benefits on being unique. So I didn't find anything particularly new there.
Yeah. But
just a reminder, if you are marketing a product, maybe you should be thinking more about the emotional bonds that your customers might form. One of the key things about this is what they're saying is you need to look deeply at this because these are unconscious motivators. Any idea what kind of emotional bonds you might have with any brands, Rachel? Have you looked at yourself?
Yeah, well, at the moment we're doing sort of brand association research at university, and we're doing it for Simple and Dove, which are the Unilever brands. And something we found that was really interesting actually was we basically asked consumers to sort of say words that they associated with both those brands. And Dove came up with a lot more emotive ones, so confidence, happiness, whereas Simple was more brand attributes like the colour of the brand and so what. And then we did a brand recall test, and Dove was recalled much better than Simple, and Dove had the sort of emotive attributes. So I don't know whether that had an impact on it, but it is really interesting. Yeah. So I think the positive emotions, I think, work well.
Yes. Yeah. There was you presumably as a marketing person more than 20 years ago, 30 years ago on a marketing course, the famous brand advertising that killed the brand, you're never alone with a strand. Do they still teach you that? That was a case study?
No, I've never heard of it.
No.
Strand was a cigarette.
It was a cigarette. Okay. And what they did, they had one of those foggy... It must have been at the advent of television as well, because it was a TV ad. Yeah. It was a foggy day in London, or a foggy night, so it's dark and gloomy. Yeah. And a guy in a trilby hat and a long coat walks alone across the London Bridge, and he stops to light up a cigarette, and they say, "You're never alone with a strand."
Oh, wow.
So they're associated with loneliness. Brand
Not
died.
good. Yeah.
Who's going to go and say,
Yeah.
I want those lonely cigarettes? I'm a
Yeah.
loner.
I'm stuck on my own. I think it's really challenging though, because okay. So why are we talking about this? So that the people can think about